Hello students. In today's lecture we'll learn about the history of a computer. The evaluation of a digital computing is often divided into generation. That means the history of computer is generated or divided into the generation. Different generation it is divided. Each generation is characterized by dramatic improvements over the previous generation in the technology used to build computers. Each generation, whatever the generations are there, that generations are characterized by dramatic improvement. The improvements are done in generation wise. Each generation have the improvement over the previous generation. In the technology, whatever the technology is used in new generation is improved or is better than the previous generation. The internal organization of a computer system and programming language. It also deals with the internal organization of a computer system and programming languages also. That means in each generation, the programming language, the internal organization and the technology to build the computer is developed in a different generation. Now the mechanical era. In 1623 to 1945, a machine inspired by Babbage design was arguably the first to be used in a computational science. Babbage, Charles Babbage was the inventor of a computer. So in 1623 to 1945, the machine that means whatever the invention of Charles Babbage is a machine. The idea of using machine to solve mathematical problem. That machine was solved the mathematical problems and can be traced at least as far as the early 17th century. Till the 17th century, the machine only solved the mathematical problem was inspired by the Charles Babbage. Mathematician who design and implemented calculator that were capable of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. As we know, the mathematical parts can be done in your machine, so that part can be converted can be considered as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. The first multipurpose, that is programmable computing device, was probably Charles Babbage difference engine. The first multipurpose computer, that is after the calculator machine, the machine is generated with the multi-purpose, that means the many tasks can be done at the same time, and it is programmable with the computing devices. That was begin in 1823. Now progression you can say that the progression can be like generation wise progression has happened in history of a computer. The progression in hardware presentation of a bit of a data, that is in 1950s 1 bit of the size of a thumb. 1 bit of a size of the thumb means 1 bit computer had generated, that is called as your vacuum tube. The technology used in first generation computer is vacuum tube. The second generation computer have used the technology of transistor, which came into existence in 1950 to 1960s. Then the size was reducible, that is a fingernail. Then integrated circuit, that is a third generation of a computer which come across in 1960s and 70s. Thousand of a beat and beats of the size of a hand. Whatever the invention has done, that comes in your hand. That hand size computer is generated in third generation, that is 1960s and 1970s. After that, the silicon computer chips has come arises, that is 1970 and on, million of bits on the size of a finger nails. So this is the progression of a computer. First generation, the technology was used as a vacuum tube. The second generation, the technology was used as a transistor, and the third generation, the technology used as an integrated circuit, and the fourth generation, this technology is used silicon computer chips, that is semiconductor chip. Now first generation electronic computer, that is 1946 to 1959. The first generation computer were slow, huge and expensive. Though the first computer is generated in 1946 to 1959, in between these 2 years, the generation of computer were very slow. It's a room size computer and expensive. That means what? The generation of a computer, the first generation of a computer were very slow and huge size, and it's also expensive. Everyone cannot afford that computer. In this computer, vacuum tubes were used as a basic components of a CPU and a memory. Yes, in first generation, vacuum tubes were used as the basic component of a CPU and memory. Now, these computers were mainly dependent on the batch processing system and a punch card. The magnetic tape and paper tape were used as input and output devices in this generation. In first generation, magnetic tape and paper tape was to used as input and output devices. These both are the hardware part of the computer. With that hardware part, system the system was taken the input, and according to that input it will give you the output. So now some of the popular first generation computers are ENAC, EDVAC, UNIVAC, that is Universal Automatic Computer. Then ENAC is Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. EDVAC is Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. IBM 701 and IBM 650. These are the some example of first generation computer. After that come arises with the second generation, 1959 to 1965. The second generation has arises of a computer. Now the second generation was the era of the transistor computer. This generation was the era of transistor technology used in a computer. These computers used transistor which were cheap, compact and consuming less power. The transistor is cheap in size also, in cost also, and consuming less power also. So this technology is used in transistor and in second generation computer. Now this in this generation, magnetic cores were used as the primary memory, and the magnetic disk and the tapes were used as a secondary storage. That means in this generation, magnetic cores, magnetic tapes and the magnetic disk were used as the primary. Magnetic cores are used as a primary memory, and the magnetic tapes and disk were used as a secondary memory. Then this computer makes transistor faster than the first computer generation. Yes, the first generation of a computer was very slow. With this respective, the second generation computer is very fast. Then in second generation computer, the assembly language has come arises. The assembly languages has and programming languages has come arises. The assembly language is to assemble the parts of a thing, or no, parts of the computer, and the programming language that will be the developing for the software. So programming languages can be used to develop a software. That programming languages can come arises in your second generation computer. The programming is your COBOL and Fortran. Both are the name of the languages. And batch processing and multi-programming operating system were used in this computer. Multi-programming operating system is used in this computer. That means what? You can attempt multiple tasks in one at one time, can be done in the second generation computer. Now, some of the popular second generation computers are IBM 1620, IBM 7094, CDC 1604, CDC 3600, UNIVAC 1108. These are the some second generation computers example. Then the third generation comprises into 1966 to 1972. In third generation, as we have already seen in progression, integrated circuits are used as a technology. Integrated circuits, that is ICs, instead of transistor, is used in your third generation computer. The single IC can pick or pack huge number of transistors which increase the power of a computer and reduce the cost. That means what? Huge number of data, huge number of transistor can be compact in one IC, and that one IC can be inbuilt in your computer so that your computer cost will be reduced and the data will be stored at a large amount. That is your third generation computer. It is also reliable, efficient and smaller in size. With compared to the second generation computer, the third generation computer is very reliable, efficient and smaller in size. These generation computers use remote processing, time sharing, multiprogramming as a operating system. Now in multiprogramming activity has already used in second generation computer, in that we can done multiple tasks at the same time. But in third generation we have introduced the time sharing capability of a computer. Time sharing capability of a computer means when you are giving multiple tasks to the computer has to decide the time for each and every task to run in the computer. So that process is called as your time sharing process. So that time sharing process can be implement in your third generation computer. And also it introduce more high level programming language like Pascal, Algol, then Fortran 2 to Fortran 4, COBOL. This programming languages has used in third generation computer. Some of the example of third generation computer: IBM 360 series, Honeywell 6000 series, PDP personal data processor, then IBM 370 168 and TDC 316. These are the example of third generation computer. After that, the fourth generation of computer, which was 1972 to 1984. The fourth generation computer 1971 to 1980 computers are very large scale integrated VLSI, very large scale integrated circuits, a chip containing million of transistor and other circuit elements. In fourth generation also IC has introduced, and in that IC the fourth generation computer were made into the existence. Now this chip made the generation computer more compact, powerful, fast and affordable. Whatever the implementation is done in third generation computer, that can be better performed in fourth generation computer. So in fourth generation computer, the computer was powerful, compact, fast and affordable. This generation computer used real time sharing and distributed operating system concept. It says that when multiple tasks are given to the computer, each task have demand for some resources, but it is also necessary that these resources can be demanded by the other process also, so that the computer has to decide which process is given to the which resources given to the which processes. That concept is called as your distribution operating system or distributed operating system. That means operating system has to done the task of distribution of resources to the many process, and according to that resources it has to be share the time to perform that task. That is called as your time sharing. So these concepts have included in fourth generation computer. And the programming language has newly introduced in your fourth generation computer, that is C++, DBase were also used in this generation. So we have seen already first generation, second generation, third generation and fourth generation of a computer. Now the fourth generation computers examples are DEC 10, Star 1000, PDP 11, Cray supercomputer and Cray XMP supercomputer. These are the example of fourth generation computer. After that, the fifth generation computer, that is 1982 till date. That is artificial intel 1980 to artificial intelligence, we can say that the fifth generation of a computer can be done. Now in fifth generation computer, the VLSI technology was replaced with the ULSI, that is ultra large scale integration. Ultra large scale integration has replaced by the mm, has come across with the fifth generation computer. In for fifth generation computer, many things are overcome of first, second, third and fourth generation computer. This generation computer is very fast, is very powerful, is very efficient, and it is very useful in many programming or many multiple tasks. This it is made possible of production of microprocessor chips with 10 million electronic components. Now we are using motherboards. So motherboard computer, to in that motherboard we have used a processor. When we are buying a phone, we are checking a processor of that phone. That means the machine or the computer can be run on a processor. So that processor generation is come into existence in fifth generation. The fifth generation computers use parallel processing hardware and artificial intelligence. Fifth generation computers can combine both the technology, hardware technology also, and the artificial technology also. The programming language used in this generation were C++, Java, and .NET, and many more languages are available now in the market to develop the computer. Now, some of the fifth generation computers are desktop, laptop, notebook, ultrabook, and Chromebook. These are the example of fifth generation computer which we are using in our daily routine. I hope you have understood all these things about the generation of a computer, that is history of a computer. Thank you.